Hold up. You think you've seen Kevin Hart at his funniest? Think again. When this man steps on a movie set, he doesn't just break character, he breaks everyone. We're talking about The Rock losing his tough guy act, Anthony Anderson's wig literally flying off his head, and Mark Wahlberg questioning his life choices. Today we're diving into the most absolutely insane behind-the-scenes moments that had million-dollar productions grinding to a halt because nobody could stop laughing. Wait till you see what happens when Kevin Hart meets a spider, a tablet prank, and the most tongue-twisting name in Hollywood history. This isn't just a blooper reel, this is pure comedic warfare. Wait up, if you love when chaos reigns on movie sets and you want more hilarious content like this every week, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second, and it's the only way to never miss our next compilation of comedic chaos. Let's kick this off with Hollywood's most chaotic friendship, Kevin Hart and The Rock. These two have turned every movie set into their personal comedy battleground, and honestly, it's the greatest thing ever captured on camera. Picture this, Central Intelligence, serious action movie, right? Wrong! There's this one scene where Kevin Hart got slapped more times than a Three Stooges episode. But here's where it gets absolutely ridiculous. The moment was so hilariously over the top that both Kevin and The Rock kept breaking character over and over and over again. We're talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, this massive, intimidating action star, completely losing it while watching Kevin get slapped around like a pinball. Every single take, one of them would crack, then the other would lose it, then the crew would start laughing, and the whole thing would spiral into beautiful chaos. The directors probably aged 10 years watching their serious action sequence turn into a comedy masterpiece. 15 takes later, they finally got it. But honestly, the bloopers were way funnier than the actual scene. But wait, it gets so much better. You know what Kevin Hart's biggest weakness is? Spiders. And guess who found out about this fear? His best buddy, The Rock. While filming Jumanji in Paradise, Hawaii, Dwayne Johnson turned into the ultimate prankster. Every time they found a spider on set, and every time, guess who was the first to get a close-up introduction? Poor Kevin! This is Kevin Hart we're talking about, the guy who roasts everyone, fears nothing, takes on anyone, but show him a tiny spider and he transforms into a completely different person. The Rock knew this and used it absolutely ruthlessly. And if you think that's bad, during Best Life, one bug flew a little too close and Kevin literally almost launched himself off the cliff. The man who makes millions laugh was ready to risk it all to escape a tiny insect. The level of panic was maximum.
Here's what makes their chemistry absolutely legendary. Every single scene becomes this unspoken contest of who can break first. The Rocks might be playing the tough guy, but Kevin Hart is always his kryptonite. No matter how serious the scene, how important the dialogue, how much money is on the line, Hart's unpredictable energy never fails to crack The Rock up. Their off-camera banter is non-stop, turning every moment between takes into pure comedic gold. Now, we're entering legendary territory with Kevin Hart and Anthony Anderson in Scary Movie 4. These two created some of the most awkwardly hilarious moments ever caught on film. The script called for bromance, but Anthony Anderson took it to a whole new level of uncomfortable. There's this scene where they had to get close, and Anthony decided to method act his way into Kevin's personal space. Every single take and every take, Anthony would lean in like he was about to plant one on Kevin. And Kevin's reaction? Pure panic mixed with uncontrollable laughter. You could see the terror in his eyes as Anthony got closer and closer. Picture Kevin Hart, this confident, fearless comedian, suddenly looking like a deer in headlights because Anthony Anderson is committed to breaking him. And it worked like a charm. Kevin lost it every single time, and honestly, who could blame him? The directors must have been pulling their hair out watching their simple scene turn into this awkward comedy masterpiece that wasn't even supposed to be funny. But the most legendary moment between these two, the flying wig incident that broke the internet before breaking the internet was even a thing.
Holy shnikes!
During their greeting scene, Anthony Anderson was rocking this character wig, and mid-shot, whoosh, the wig flew clean off his head. Now, any normal actor would stop, reset, maybe laugh it off, but not Anthony Anderson. This man kept acting like absolutely nothing happened. He's standing there completely bald, delivering his lines with Oscar-worthy commitment while his wig is somewhere behind him. Meanwhile, Kevin and the entire crew are dying of laughter. The contrast was absolutely perfect. Anthony playing it completely straight while everyone around him was losing their minds. Kevin couldn't even look at him without cracking up. This is one of the most famous bloopers on the internet, and now you know why. Sometimes the funniest moments happen when nobody sees them coming. These are the pranks, fails, and completely unscripted disasters that had Kevin Hart breaking instantly. Central Intelligence, serious spy movie, right? There's this intense scene where an agent hands Kevin a tablet with their secret mission details. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong! As the ultimate prank, this agent purposely opened an adult website instead of the mission briefing.
This is Pornhub.
And instead, well, let's just say it was definitely not work-related. The contrast was absolutely perfect. This serious high-stakes spy moment instantly shattered by the most unexpected prank ever. Kevin's face went through about 15 different expressions in 2 seconds. The entire crew erupted, and honestly, what were the directors supposed to do? Fire everyone for laughing too hard? The directors of The Wedding Ringer made one crucial mistake. They give the most impossible, tongue-twisting name in cinematic history to the funniest guy in Hollywood. What followed was pure comedic chaos. We're talking about a name so ridiculous that Kevin would start saying it, get halfway through, and completely crack up.
I got it. Douglas Ephraim Ben Lazer Menahem Harris.
And whenever he somehow managed to hold it together, his co-stars were ready to lose it for him. 15 takes, 15! Can you imagine the patience required? But honestly, watching Kevin Hart battle this linguistic nightmare while trying not to laugh was more entertaining than the entire movie.
Come on, man, you know how hard it is to remember?
The level of chaos was maximum.
Sometimes Kevin doesn't even need to do anything to break character. During one scene, there was this woman struggling with a wheelchair, and she kept crashing it into everything on set. Every attempt to move the wheelchair resulted in disaster. Every disaster made Kevin laugh harder. It became this beautiful cycle where the actual scene was completely forgotten, and everyone was just watching Kevin react to this endless parade of wheelchair fails. The woman's dedication to failing was matched only by Kevin's dedication to finding it absolutely hilarious. Kevin Hart has this supernatural ability to break even the most serious professional actors in Hollywood. Let's see how his chaotic energy affected some of the biggest names in the business. Mark Wahlberg during Me Time looked like a man who just wanted to finish his scenes and go home. Known for his no-nonsense professional approach, Mark was not prepared for Hurricane Kevin. The contrast was absolutely hilarious. Mark trying to stay focused and serious, while Kevin's energy was bouncing off every wall in the building. You could see Mark fighting this internal battle between frustration and laughter, and Kevin's chaos always won. Their constant back and forth became so funny, they could barely keep it together between takes. Mark Wahlberg, action star, serious actor, reduced to giggling like a school kid because of Kevin Hart's unstoppable energy. In The Man from Toronto, Woody Harrelson played this cold-blooded, serious assassin character. Behind the scenes, Kevin Hart made it absolutely impossible for him to stay in character. Picture Woody trying to channel this dangerous, intimidating killer, while Kevin Hart is being Kevin Hart right next to him. The professional assassin facade would crumble the moment Kevin started improvising. Woody's attempts to maintain his serious character became a comedy show all by itself. You could see him fighting not to crack up and losing that battle spectacularly. Here's a crazy fact. In Get Hard, most of Will Ferrell's curse-filled rants were actually written by Kevin Hart himself. But during one take, Ferrell delivered a line so unexpectedly hilarious that even Kevin broke character instantly.
For the love of Alan Greenspan. God. bullshit. That's extra bullshit if you ask me.
Imagine Kevin Hart, the guy who wrote the insults, being completely caught off guard by Will Ferrell's delivery. The student became the teacher, and the teacher couldn't handle his own lesson. That's comedy perfection right there. During night school, Kevin had this scene with Keith David playing his dad. Keith decided to drop an ad-lib roast so perfectly brutal that it instantly destroyed everyone at the table.
Your ass will beat you to the hospital.
Kevin Hart, the roast master himself, got roasted so hard by Keith David that he couldn't even respond. The entire cast was losing it, while Kevin just sat there taking this comedic beating from a true veteran. Sometimes the student meets the master, and the master shows no mercy. Kevin Hart's SNL appearances created legendary moments that proved he could break even the most experienced sketch comedians in Hollywood. The energy was already through the roof when Cecily Strong and Bobby Moynihan started roasting their co-workers, thinking they were getting fired. But when Kevin called out Carl and Tim Robinson dropped in way too close, the entire sketch exploded in chaos. Even SNL veterans couldn't handle Kevin's unpredictable improv style. The sketch was supposed to be controlled chaos, but Kevin turned it into actual chaos. Kevin didn't just rap in this sketch, he went completely nuclear, roasting his own crew and spilling secrets that definitely weren't in the script.
With my crew, we tell each other everything.
The guys were already dying from secondhand embarrassment, and Kevin's energy made everything 10 times funnier. Beck Bennett had to cover his face because Kevin was going so far off script that nobody knew what was coming next. When you can break SNL cast members, you're operating on a different level. And there you have it, the most absolutely insane Kevin Hart bloopers that prove he's not just a comedian, he's a chaos agent who can break anyone's character. From making The Rock question his tough guy image to getting Anthony Anderson's wig to achieve flight, Kevin Hart turns every movie set into his personal comedy playground. These moments show us that sometimes the funniest content happens when nobody's following the script, and Kevin Hart's natural chaotic energy creates magic that no writer could ever plan. Which blooper had you laughing until your sides hurt? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you want more behind-the-scenes comedy chaos that'll make your day, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you absolutely do not want to miss what's coming next.
Fans don't need to hear that.